Well, hello. We're going to do a quick demo on the Raspberry Pi camera. I was one of the fortunate people to get one before they got stocked out everywhere, and now you can't get one for like 4 weeks or more. So anyway, it's a 5 megapixel camera, quite similar to a cell phone camera. You can do 1080p video at up to 30 frames per second. And I'm running a little demo on my Pi right here, actually. Oops. So yeah, these are all the stats. It's, I mean, I'm not too interested in all of these, just that it works and it's cool. So it's kind of hard to come by right now, like I said. Hopefully that opens up soon, like it with the original Pis. Anyway, to set up the camera, most of you guys know all this. You got to update all of your packages and whatnot, and then when you run Raspi config, there's actually a new setting now where you can enable the camera. So I'll just show you that. And if you didn't know it, there's actually a new Raspbian distribution out that just came out, I think over the weekend or yesterday. So that's pretty exciting. This Pi is actually not running it.
Wheezy?
I don't know if they changed the name of it, to be honest, but like, yeah, it's just yeah. I'm not sure, but it just came out a couple of days ago. This isn't it, but like you'll see here now, there's a camera enable, disable. So obviously we've got it enabled. Let's see. So yeah, some other things you need to do. I'm not sure that you actually have to do this, but to enable some additional video codecs, you add these two lines to your config.txt in boot. And then basically just plug in the camera. There's a little plug right behind your Ethernet port if it's a Model B, and you just connect it in there. And we can play around with that later if anyone wants to see that. We're actually going to try his camera out just to see if it makes any difference, having some issues with it. Okay. So let's look and see where all the files go for the applications you get. So they go in.
If you don't know, this is a Raspberry Pi. He's on a Raspberry Pi desktop.
Yeah. They go in var log. Or no, not var log. What am I thinking? Opt. And I'm on a really small keyboard, so it's a little awkward. You'll have to. Okay. There. So the two main ones are Raspi-Vid and Raspi-Still. So let me show you how those work. So Raspi-Still. And then there's a bunch of different options. I'll show you the options here. Probably could have optimized this a little better, but I didn't know how it was going to show up on this projector. So there's a whole bunch of options. You can set the image width size, the quality of the JPEG. Obviously the output file. You can put a timer on it. Not sure what demo mode does. Let's find out what demo mode does. I'm kind of excited now. Raspi-Still. Where's my dash key? Dash D. So, well, that wasn't very exciting at all. Yeah.
I would expect something a little more from a demo.
Yeah. What the heck? Okay.
Just to populate the log, like it enumerates all the options so you can console log around.
Yeah. Okay. So then there's also Raspi-Vid video, which is Raspi-Vid, and then so if we wanted to take a video, we would do Raspi-Vid-O, and then actually not really sure what the file type is on that. Let's take a look here. So this is all from the man pages. Raspi-Vid-O. Yeah, I guess it probably won't care.
Linux doesn't
Yeah, well, just when we go to look at it, I was wondering if it would care then, but so do a video. And then it automatically oh, error opening output file. Oh, that's because of the directory I'm in. Let's try that again. Hi, Ed. And I think it defaults to 5 seconds, so let's just see here. OMX player video. OMX player is a nice little video viewer if you've never used it that you can install. It just kind of works. And now, yep, there it goes. There's that again.
What was the file extension? The AVI?
Yeah, actually, I didn't even use one, but it works with MPEG, AVI, MP4, just about anything.
Codecs for that?
I never have, so I guess not.
You sell the videos, what you want,
Yeah.
if you make money off of them, they might start carrying
I
it.
thought you had to purchase the codecs in order to like use the. Never mind.
Huh.
Wrong discussion.
Looks like it's used.
No, I believe there's a hardware H.264 decoder that you don't have to buy codecs for, but the two codecs that you can purchase are BC1, which is used in some damn thing, and then
Oh, okay.
MPEG 2, if you were doing the raw DVD decoding using a Raspberry Pi, if you want to do that in hardware, that's what you buy a codec for.
Okay.
At least that's to my knowledge.
Yeah, it's here. It's saying yeah, one's $2 and one's $4 delay.
Yeah, reasonable if you really have to do that.
Okay. Yeah, so that's just a kind of a quick showing of what that does. Here's all the different options. You can actually set like different white balance modes and exposure modes, and that's kind of neat. Although one thing, like, there's some kind of filter on there, so it's harder to do like night vision shots. Like even if you've got like an IR blaster, you've got to do something to it to make that work.
It's because there's an IR filter on the camera itself.
Right.
So using infrared lights to illuminate something, like a lot of security cameras do, is contradictory. It'll just make it just won't work. It won't
Yeah.
light anything up.
Yeah. Someone was playing around with trying to make it work. I saw. I never quite dug into what they were doing, but
Yeah, pull the filter off.
yeah.
I think it was something on Hackaday about removing the IR filter on the.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
It looks scary.
Well, because for me, we have a little girl at home, and we've got this crappy D-Link camera that like takes video of her, and like so the grandparents can like watch her rolling around at night, and so it doesn't work very well. It crashes all the time, and so I'd like to use the Pi for that, but it won't really do anything at night without the with that IR.
If they let me keep this camera, I'll happily let you use the surgery on it to see whether or not it works.
Nice. That'd be good. So let's see, what else do we got here? So time-lapse camera, this is something I wanted to talk about. This is something I really enjoy. I came up with the idea, we have a place in northern Michigan, and we won't get to go there very often. It's like a family cottage, it's been in the family forever, and I wanted to be able to see what happens there in the winter. And so I bought this camera. This thing was $100. It's a plant cam. And can you believe that? And but what's cool about it is weatherproof, and it just takes pictures onto an SD card, and then as long as it has power, it just keeps going. And then you come back later, and you've got your pictures. So if anyone want to look at that, just to show what a commercially available time-lapse camera is, and they sell those for $100 all day long. Believe it or not.
Battery powered?
No, it's not battery powered. You have to provide it with power. So in the middle of January, it stopped taking pictures for me because there was an outage or something. But anyway, so I kind of had a vision that you could do the same kind of thing with the Raspberry Pi. And it turns out the Raspberry Pi is actually better at it. But anyway, other things you could do, you could watch, like I said, a particular scene over a long period of time. Document movements of work being done. Let's say you've got a contractor out. could work as a security camera. So anyway, so that's one of the uses for the Raspberry Pi camera. And so to make that work in a really simple way, you can do a script like this. Here's the text right here. Here it's telling the Pi where the pictures are going to go, and then here's just a simple loop where it changes the name of the file for the date, month, year, hour, minute, second .jpeg, and then it runs Raspberry still, outputs to that directory and file name, and then it takes a 4-minute or 4-second break, and then loops all back through it again.
Is this a bash script?
Yeah, that's a bash script.
Wow.
So you run it on the hard drive?
Yeah, so it just sits there putting it on the hard. So I run it on a 16 gigabyte SD card, so there's plenty of room. So yeah, that's kind of I'm sure there's a much, much, much better way in Python to do it, but
I'm just impressed.
yeah. So, and I honestly, I can't take complete credit. I found that on Hackaday or something, but I've modified it a little bit. So like here, I have it. It takes a 1-second break now. I've changed the quality so it's not as good. That -Q5 changes it so it doesn't use it's not a full-size JPEG. And then I added another line here where it outputs a file into var www, which is where Apache is. And so basically this is a easy way to, like, if you go to the right URL, which in this case, if anyone's online, let's see. If you went to 10.100.1.195/image.jpg, you would see the last picture it took of the ceiling. Oh, you know what? You can put batteries in it, but they don't last for any time. So, yeah.
That would be an excellent candidate for solar.
Yeah, it would be, actually. And I actually thought of like having a car battery with a solar charger hooked up as one way of kind of handling it. But so anyway, that's the script that was running when everyone came in, and I had it sitting there and was showing it, taking pictures of people. Hopefully that's okay with you. I didn't get any permission, but you can sue me later. Which file?
What was the file name on the web server?
Image.jpg.
Oh, image.jpg.
JPG.
Yeah. I guess we could run Midori to do it, but that would be painful. So, yeah, let's see, if we go.
It was just a single picture, right? Or was it,
Yeah, so if like.
Came up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if you go to cat or ls/var www. So does everyone know what Apache is? Yeah, I should explain anyway. It's actually now Apache 2. I'm not sure what happened that made them call it that, but it's a web server, and so you can run a web server on a Raspberry Pi, which is super cool. So obviously you couldn't have 1 million people accessing it at the same time, but I actually opened up the port on my router so I could watch a bird's nest from anywhere in the world in front of my house, where the bird had some eggs and had a baby, and that was kind of fun. So anyway, so that's from the bird. Yeah, the bird signed a waiver. In fact, that might be a good segue to show you an example of that. Let's do that real quick. OMX player, TL cam. I think some of these were better than others. Let's try this one. Yeah, so that they had a nest there, and occasionally you'll see the baby like stick its little beak up. But yeah, this was like just in front of our window, so I just had this thing, like I had it just kind of mounted there, taking pictures.
How much time is this?
This was like a day, basically. I think I was doing every second.
How much time until it fills up the SD card?
I think it just depends on how you set the the resolution and whatnot. But and how many and
Replace the true with a check that will make sure that, because eventually you'll run out of slot space.
yeah.
You know, you gotta.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I just kind of monitored it remotely and then like kill all the pictures and make an AVI, which I've skipped ahead. I didn't tell you how I made the AVI, which is also kind of fun. But yeah, so let's see.
Do you want another example of a stop motion?
What's that?
Do you want another example of a good stop motion video?
Yeah.
I did one from a pretty badass building in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah. Just go to the open. Oh, I guess we probably need a real computer. Never mind, I'll show it later.
Okay.
It's I took it from the top of North and Damon. There's a 12-story building there.
Okay.
So I did stop motion over like 7 hours, and the clouds were all lumpy. It's really dramatic. It's like the whole sky is just going.
Nice. There's my wife getting home. There's her car.
Are you know this online somewhere?
No, but we can make them online certainly. Yeah.
I think people are asking.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Because you're on the internet, right?
Oh, that's true.
Well, the
There's no
bird-
such thing then.
Okay.
And how does the keyboard work?
This little keyboard?
Yes.
Oh, it's just a 2.4 gigahertz keyboard. It's like got a little dongle plugged into the Pi. Here's like my Wi-Fi dongle, and here's.
Just thumbs up or down?
It's good. It's really good. Yeah. Don't buy the Bluetooth one. That's my only advice to people.
Why? Can you say why?
Because it just is finicky. My buddy bought one, and he says it just doesn't work a lot of the time.
Oh, well.
So,
And it's a bitch to set up. too.
Yeah.
It's really complicated.
Bluetooth pairing?
yeah.
Is pairing is the issue in the way?
I think so.
So,
Yeah.
With
I never
the
got
time
it really
lapses,
working.
does it do auto exposure? Like change the shutter speed? or
You
whatever?
can change that. Yeah.
But there's a setting to let it not
Yeah.
change.
There
Yeah.
are some settings too where it'll just screw the pooch on exposure too. It's not using anything very complicated for exposure, so I found a problem with that.
So the time lapses I've done, I did let the exposure vary, and you can get like crazy light changes from clouds or whatever.
And that's one of the reasons I couldn't have done the stop motion that I did in that building with Raspberry Pi yet, because I don't know how to configure it so it does like a really intelligent scan of the photo, or scan of the image before it tries to figure out what exposure really is.
Okay, so I figure I should show you guys how I made that file. It's actually pretty neat. There's a program called Mencoder, or I guess it's M encoder. Really is what it should be. Mencoder. So let's see. Here we go. Mencoder. It's a simple movie encoder designed to encode M-player playable movies. See above. And you can do it right on the Pi, which is a nice way to do it. So
Is it slow?
it's a little bit slow. We'll actually run it right now and see how long it takes. We might.
Faster than you can do it.
That's very
Well,
true.
so what I would do, I'd run this thing.
Quick math.
You can run it like all day long, and then let it encode overnight when it's dark.
That's fair.
And then it took. I think it takes about an hour if you did like a whole day's worth of pictures at decent quality.
All right.
Offload the work to a PC.
Yeah, I mean that's the smart way. Yeah, that's the smart way to do
Yeah,
it.
it's already running. Yeah.
I kind of liked having it all self-contained.
It's done.
It's
Yeah.
not inverted.
So let's see.
Mencoder.
So then we're going to take all the pictures which are in wait, is that right? Varlog TL. That's not right. Where did I put those? So play the elevator music for a second here.
Play something from the Pi.
Yeah. Oh, var TL cam. That's right. Okay, so all the pictures get uploaded here into this directory stills. And so, okay, we didn't take that many pictures, so this shouldn't be too bad. So then we go ls, and just from, actually it's better if I'm in my home directory, it's just easier. ls var
Whoever
tl.
said the end player was right. It's just in the directory that M players installed. Just as out of path.
It's what?
If you want to use mencoder in OS X or in Linux, you can install mplayer, and mplayer comes with mencoder.
Yeah.
So it'll just be in the directory wherever it installs mplayer. It'll also install mencoder.
It's M players and coders.
You looked up.
It's mplayer.
Oh, thank you. That's the only problem with this little keyboard is once in a while you'll miss a key. So what we did there, we just took we took that directory structure and put it into this file stills.txt. And then now we'll run mencoder. Let's see. I'm actually going to, let's see if I can copy this out of here.
Is this,
Selection tool. I wonder if there is a selection tool.
you can have TP into it.
That's true.
SSH.
Yeah. So picture in the background, I'm going to run this real quick. Okay.
Is this the one where you were, when it was going around the room?
Yeah, so it might just not be very interesting, but it could be hilarious too.
No, it's
So
gonna be hilarious.
You should have warned me.
It was a great idea. So
Yeah,
you're
right,
now
I was-
going to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Wish I would have known, I would have unzipped my.
Yeah, right.
There's a no junk rule in the Raspberry Pi camera.
okay, let's see how long this is going to take here. It actually has a timer, so we're 2%, 5%,
There's only like
yeah,
30 frames.
7%. Yeah, it's a little computer. It can't really help it.
Yeah, like it should be like 3 a second, maybe. 4 a second would probably be too fast. Because
Before.
of the
I wonder if Mencoder.
Yeah, those are 5 minutes of
I wonder if they're smart enough
to know if you like select a JPEG codec that just knows to slap each JPEG after each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering that. Can you append? It probably depends on the format too. Have you run across Mencoder or FFmpeg before? They're beasts. They're just both beasts. They know every format. They're network aware. They'll do sockets. They'll screen and capture, convert, play. They're just beasts. And the command line, the man page is like 50 pages.
Yeah.
Full of switches. It's crazy. Just absolutely crazy.
Just use Google. Don't use the man page.
Yeah,
Somebody's
Yeah.
already done it.
It's like a normal mencoder and menplayer command line might be 3 lines of text.
That's
Yeah.
what this is,
Yeah, that's what this is, and it's.
Madness.
I thought I'd take a second to plug my website. If you'd like to buy any Adafruit products or other Raspberry Pi accessories, it's a great place to go. And now we'll get back to, it's only at 57%, 60%. Yeah, it's really strong. I guess I should have shut down some other services before starting it.
This isn't a comment about what you're doing or anything, but it's just an observation. We're going to hit the wall on time.
Yeah.
Drew has some really, really interesting stuff to talk about.
Okay.
Like some absolutely essential things. Well, the bone script thing, I mean, I at least want to know where it is.
Hey, you're
What
burning
do I
up
type
time.
to make it go? What?
You're burning up his time.
Okay.
So we may not finish at exactly 8:30. If you have to leave, I understand. That's fine. But come to the public meeting tomorrow, and after we're done, if anybody wants to tour the place, we'll give you a tour. So, who's not been to Pumping Station 1 before here? So, all right. Who's unfamiliar? He's been a member and hasn't been here, so that's
For a
that's
year.
the joke.
They have $400 in my money without me showing up.
That's the joke. That's the joke. And it's
Wow.
well spent too. So
You're welcome.
if you want a tour, you want to know what the place is about, then yeah, we can do that afterwards. So but we're probably not going to make it either. Stick around and see what Drew's telling us. Even if it's short.
I brought this with and donated this to TS1, so
Oh, nice.
People love the It was written by the guy, one of the co-founders of Beagleboard.org.
How can you donate it to this one and I'm one?
Huh.
Well, you can check it out at the library.
Okay. I'll be the cover.
So the cover was the
Threading
first
problem?
print in Amazon, screwed it up. So
What's screwed up?
Somebody tried to do multi-threading.
Oh, here we go.
It's not supposed to look like that?
It's supposed to look like that. Spelled bad.
Oh,
But
but see, nobody cares, as long as you've got enough letters there.
hopefully you just open the book and
So I guess I'll just conclude with our video, which is a little bit disappointing because I should have, when I ran encoder, changed the frames per second. So here we go. Don't, you don't want to miss this. Oh, and of course it didn't. Now it's not working. But yeah, I just ran it in case anyone's. Yeah, it was very, 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 very brief. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, we could have fixed that by doing 1 frame per
you
second.
have it rerun in the background?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Do like 4 or 5 per second would probably be okay, because it'll be like 5-10 seconds long, and we'll see stuff enough.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll rerun that while Drew's talking.
So,
That's the end that you're talking.
were you gonna talk about the web hookup of
Amazon
this?
screwed up the print.
Oh, yeah, we can. We should let Drew go. We can talk.
Well, because you did mention it, because what you're doing is you're dumping the images into the folder where Apache looks for files.
Yeah,
And other than that, the web server's just sitting there running.
yeah,
And it's looking at a folder. It's
yeah.
always the same name, because it always overwrites the old file.
Yep, that's all it's doing.
That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's some motion detection software that you could actually use to like do like a proper webcam, but I couldn't figure out how to make it. You can do it with the USB camera, but I don't think anyone's done it with the Pi camera yet. So,
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you
yeah,
very much.
my pleasure.